6 ways pitchers commonly get injured. Number 1, too little rest between outings. If your kid is pitching on Thursday and going 5 or 6 innings and then pitching again on Saturday, even a couple innings, that is not good. You look at pro guys, they have 5 days rest between starts. They're on a 5-day rotation, right? In college, most starters pitch 1 time a week. Maybe they get an inning midweek as like a bullpen, but basically they're going Friday and then they're waiting till next Friday. If your kids are playing tournaments and they're pitching on 2 days rest after a start, that's not okay. Number 2, pitching and catching. Catching, there's so much fatigue involved. You're making 160 throws, even though they're light, back to your pitcher, every inning, every pitch, every at bat. And then to go out there and pitch the next day or to close or to throw 2 innings on Friday, 2 innings on Sunday, it's a lot. There's a major reason that pitching and catching, playing both positions, is a huge risk factor for injuries. Number 3, mechanics. This one's kind of both sides of the coin. If you look at MLB pitchers, they have some of the best mechanics in the world. That's why they throw so hard and are so accurate, but they also get hurt a lot because good mechanics allow you to throw really hard, and throwing really hard puts a lot more force through your elbow and your shoulder, which increases the likelihood of a catastrophic injury. So it's a double-edged sword. You should absolutely work to improve your mechanics, but don't do so thinking that it's absolutely going to keep you safe, because it's not. It's just like putting a bigger engine in your car. It's going to go faster, it's going to be more powerful, but if that car crashes, it's going to be bad. Number 4, year-round pitching. Year-round pitching is very bad. Throwing 30 or 40 innings in the spring, 30 or 40 or 50 more innings in the summer, and then 20 or 30 in a fall league. That is 100+ innings. That's a lot. Young kids should not be pitching that much. Winter velocity programs. Some of them are very well run and very well constructed. Some of them are very poorly run. And as a parent and as a young athlete, you're probably not going to know the difference. So be cautious with these winter velocity programs. They can definitely be too much, where they're essentially adding on the stress of another competitive season, and then you're essentially pitching year round, which is not good. And lastly, accumulation over time. Remember, just because you've done some of these things, maybe you've pitched on short rest, maybe you've done these things now, but you're not hurt, it's accumulation over time. Think of a big, heavy rope, hoisting things in like a shipyard. If you cut a little strand out of that rope today, it might not break. It might not break for another year or two, but that's sort of the way that your throwing arm works. If you put a lot of stress on it, have too little rest, have too much overuse, do some of these dangerous, poorly thought out things now, the injuries might show up in a couple years. So just because you got away with something now doesn't mean it's a healthy thing to do long term. Be smart and you can prevent some pitching injuries.